This is 50ish and Fab. For women over 50 who are still becoming, still building, and definitely not done, even if life tried to convince you otherwise. This is where grown women come to tell the truth, take up space, and live out loud. I'm KC Sonshine, and around here, we're not winding down, we're leveling up. Hey, ho, hey, ho, I think I might give away $1,000,000. I think I might give away a brand new truck. Cause I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. Cause I feel good. I think I might take you on a shopping spree in the club, all drinks on me. Cause I feel good. Yeah, I feel good. Cause I feel good. Good Lord, look what a beautiful day. My enemies ain't here. They all gone away. I feel good. Everything's okay. I feel like giving all my money away. I'm going to stop right there because I don't mean that. I'm trying to keep all my coins, but I'm bringing you the hypest readings live and fresh from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Okay, it's another week, and I just want to thank you all for joining us here today on 50ish and Fab. It's a brand new week, and the topic for today is what's love got to do with it? But as always, I'm going to start you off with tell the truth, shame the devil. And again, that topic is all about love. What I have found in my life in these 50 plus years on the planet is that we have come to abuse the word love. I liken that to how is it possible that I tell someone I love you, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, but I also feel the same way about macaroni and cheese. Like husband mac and cheese. It's not the same thing. So when we tell the truth, we really have diminished the power of the word love. We just love so much stuff, but we don't really love anything. We have a strong like. I want to take us back to what love truly means, the purpose of love today, and when it looks right and when it looks wrong. I say to you today, love is just another four-letter word. Well, now that's my truth. Let the devil be shamed. As you all know, I am a fan of AI, and often I Google subjects that I'm just curious about. So today I wanted to see what does I need to give my AI a name. Sharika. Right. Yeah, she got to be black. Who needs Siri? So when I say Sharika, y'all know that's my AI homegirl. Sharika gave me a couple definitions of the purpose of love. One of the purposes of love is identity. I spoke in one of my shows about how coming to Brooklyn really gave me a greater sense of identity, and that was steeped in me learning to love myself. So when I talk about identity, love can also breed purpose, right? Sometimes our purposes are driven and born out of things that we love and identify with closely. I consider my podcast a gift of love because it's something that I enjoy doing, and giving my advice is probably one of the greatest gifts I have to the world. Okay? So here we go. Let's talk about love and its different iterations. Topic number one, a misappropriation of love. We often talk about a misappropriation of funds. We got lots of politicians right now. Okay, I ain't gonna get back on Eric Leroy Adams again this week because y'all know how I feel about the mayor, but I ain't gonna say nothing. A misappropriation of funds is a very common statement that we use in our society. But what is love but emotional currency, right? So, emotional currency, which is love, oftentimes we are giving it to the wrong purpose, the wrong person, or the wrong cause. I would like to liken love if, in fact, it were a circle, right? That's a full 360 degrees. What degree or percentage of the love that you are giving to people is misappropriated? Now, I follow Bishop R.C. Blakes, who I love, 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 and I'm empowered by his words very often. One thing that he mentioned last year, which gave me my New Year's resolution for 2023, which was absolutely one of the best years of my life, he spoke about a broken conscience and what it looks like to love or be loved by someone with a broken conscience. So I won't go into his whole message. I don't need to repreach his sermon, but what I will share, what I took away from that was that he challenged us at the end of that message to love yourself as much or more than you're loving someone else. I'm going to run that back. The challenge is to love yourself more than you love someone else. Now, that will immediately make you reconcile back to misappropriation of love. Because let me tell you, if Casey Sunshine love you, oh, you loved. You love to the bones. You ain't got to wonder because I will drape you, drip you in love. People be dripped in stones. Now, if I love you, you are loved hardcore. The downside of that, though, is oftentimes in my younger days, I am exerting love onto you that I don't have for myself. Yeah, I'm stay loud. I'm gonna let that sink in. And that is an injustice not only to the person you are loving out of order, but it's an injustice to myself because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So, misappropriation of love. Stop loving people who don't love you back. Stop loving people that don't deserve your love. Stop loving people who are not worthy of your time. Stop it, stop it, stop it. It's bad math, y'all. Bad math. It's currency. You wouldn't just be slinging your $100 bills all over the place, right? Think about it if you was a stripper, right? Make it rain, make it rain. How you making it rain when you ain't got no coins, right? What you gonna hit the stripper in the head with some nickels? I have to be draped in it first before I can give it back to you. So before I can make it rain on Star up in the club, I got to have the pockets to do it. Okay? Save your emotional currency and stop misappropriating your love. Only give it to those who deserve it. Okay, next up. Now, this is a big one because this is all about my own self guilt. When loving you is wrong. Number two, when loving you is wrong. Now, the conventional saying for that, when loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, is a whole thing. But I'm not speaking of love from that aspect. I'm speaking as a woman who has loved men from a certain place. When we start dating young, 20s, and start dating someone into our 30s, you grow up together, right? So there's a certain degree of change that happens in that relationship, and those dynamics change because when I was 18, now we 25, I can actually rent a car, right? So there's a change, a shift in the dynamics right there. That's a small example. But as you grow up with a person, things change. Now in my 50s, I'm dating grown ass men. So the mothering and the nurturing that the boy I loved at 20 needed, he don't need. I can speak for the last relationship that I had, which was short-lived, but certainly goes in my top 5. Good dude, got all the makings, but I'm trying to love him from a place where he didn't need to be loved. I'm trying to love him by serving him breakfast when he's trying to buy restaurants. You see what I'm saying? It's not the same thing. I didn't date anybody in my 18s and 20s who was in a position to own a restaurant or to have a housekeeper to make breakfast for us. So my love language to them was to do these things. As I have gotten older, I've had to learn to love from a higher position. And by having to raise my definition of how I love someone else, it's also raised my definition of how I want to be loved. In the same way that when they would buy me a pair of sneakers or a little handbag, that was a big thing. No, no, no. Now I'm gonna need cars and retirement plans. Okay. I also required a man to have a full set of teeth back then. I no longer require that either. Dentures are okay in our 50s. But don't leave them on the bathroom sink, babe. I'm just saying, it's gross. So we should be able to consider love in the sense of love migrates. Love does not stay the same. It is not a monolith, nor is it static. So as you consider the ways and the capacities that you have grown to love in a greater degree, you also have a greater responsibility to expect people to raise their level in loving you back. Okay, so point number two, when loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right. Well, yeah, I do. I just always want to be right. I don't care if it's love or not. I just like to be right. Okay, so our third point for the day, last but not least, I want to talk about a love TKO. Y'all remember that song? I love TKO. Well, first off, for those who may not know, a TKO is a technical knockout. And that's a term that comes from boxing that, well, when they knock you out, at this stage in the golden era of my life, I'm only checking relationship wise for a love TKO. If it's not a love knockout, well, I ain't going. But now I have to tell you what a love knockout looks like. Now, as many of you know, I did spend some time studying abroad in Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and Tel Aviv, and working and going to school in these Muslim and Jewish countries really gave me a new perspective and also increased my definition of love. A word that I fell in love with in Tel Aviv is the word shalom. Now, people just think that shalom means hey and hi, and it does, but it actually is a greeting of peace in the same way that Muslims say assalamu alaikum. It means I bring you peace. I bid you peace. The word shalom means nothing missing, nothing broken. And when I started to review my dating life and I look at the life, my position where I am today, I am living the shalom life. Nothing missing, nothing broken. However, I have never dated, married, been with a man who was also living the shalom life. So, a love TKO for my life are two people who are walking in that constant peace, that constant security, that constant wholeness and wellness that it's going to be all right. Even if it don't look like it. It's not about perfection. That's not what shalom is saying. Shalom is saying that I have enough faith that even if it don't look like it, I know it's going to be. So a love TKO in the conventional sense would be people who are not necessarily on the same page, but people who can come together and present a unified front. We are not alone. There are people who stand tall and, oh, yeah, I do well. I don't need no love in my life. And, well, that may be your story. I am all things love, though. And you look at why we need love in our lives, it comes back to love is sustaining, love keeps us. Love is breath. God is love. All good things in life have something to do with love. The Bible says that every good and perfect gift comes from the Father of lights. Okay? That's a good thing. So I'm going to close with one of my favorite scriptures. Y'all know me and Jesus, we cool. Now look, I don't expect that I'll be on the front seat of the heaven bus. I ain't probably gonna be on the front row, but y'all know I love me some Jesus. And I'm fine if I have to sneak in the servant's entrance of heaven. I'm just trying to go. Okay? So, as always, despite all of my frailties and imperfections, I have to leave you with God's good word today. 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4 through 8. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never ends. I can't tell another day how much I love y'all and appreciate y'all for joining us today for 50ish and Fab. I leave you with the good word live from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Peace. We out. Shalom.